Hello everyone and welcome back to Moonmothgoddess Tarot. Thank you guys all so much for being here, your continued love and support here on the channel. So today's pick a card reading, we are doing what you don't see coming in love, okay? So you're having to do with your love life, what you don't see coming. We do have 3 crystals for you guys to choose from. For group number 1, you are going to be the Amethyst. Group 2, you're going to be Selenite. And then group 3, you're going to be this Fuschia dyed crystal, okay? I'm going to add in one of these cards, and then we will also pull more once we get into your specific reading. So again, what you don't see coming in love. So group 1, what don't you see coming? Group 2, what don't you see coming in love? And group 3, what don't you see coming in love? Okay, so group 1, we have faded meeting, important connection, and that is with the Amethyst. Group 2, we have dramatic, affected, emotional, and also unstable, and that is with the Selenite. Group 3, we have intimidated, unapproachable, frightened, and also out of your league. And then we have that with this fuchsia crystal. So those are the choices for today. What you don't see coming in love. Group number 1, faded meeting, important connection with the Amethyst. Group 2, dramatic, affected, emotional, and unstable with the Selenite. And then group 3, we have intimidated, unapproachable, frightened, out of your league with the fuchsia crystal. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi group 1, so those of you that resonated with the Amethyst, this is going to be your reading today, and we're finding out what you don't see coming in love. And we started off with the faded meeting, an important connection. So we'll see where the tarot brings us, but this could certainly be somebody new coming into your life. Let's see. Group 1, what you don't see coming in love. Now, of course, for those of you that are already married, already in a relationship, you know, even if there is somebody who comes towards you, doesn't mean that you have to engage, okay? But for those of you that are single and open to it, you know, perhaps this is something that you do want to explore. Or, you know, even if you are married or in a relationship, there could be someone that does come in, and at that point you might have a choice to make. Maybe this is, you know, if you're kind of feeling you're at a point maybe in your current relationship where you're unhappy and you feel like your needs are not being met, and there's a new person that's kind of coming into your life, it kind of puts you at a crossroads with needing to make an important decision about whether or not you want to explore a new connection with someone new, or if you want to stay in your current situation. So let's see. Group 1, what don't you see coming in love? The Hermit. We've got Virgo energy here. Wow, there it is. 2 of Cups. So some of you, there is a soulmate connection coming in. And if you've been single for a while, searching and searching with the hermit there holding its lantern. The hermit can be an energy of solitude, you know, so especially for those of you that have been single for a long time and looking for love, there it is. Okay. For some of you, this can be something that does take place in the next couple months. Knight of Wands. Some of you, this could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. What you don't see coming in love, group 1. Uh-oh. Yeah, some of you, I do feel like you could already be in a relationship or married. If you are, again, just remember what I've said. You don't have to. If you're happy with your partner and somebody comes in and, you know, tries to sweep you off your feet, close your eyes and just wait until they go away. But for those of you that are open to it, you know, and you're kind of saying, okay, well, I have been feeling that maybe the relationship that I'm in right now is not really something that's serving a purpose in my life anymore, or I'm feeling the need for change. Again, this might be putting you in a place where you really need to kind of reassess and reevaluate what you're putting your time and your energy to. And some of you, this could be something that kind of meeting this new person could be serving as a catalyst for you to be able to make change, to have the willpower to move forward with getting a divorce or breaking up with the person you're currently with. Now, for those of you that are single, you know, this looks like this could be somebody. For some of you, this could be a person who is divorced, okay, or maybe has been single for a while. Let's see. Some of you could be meeting this person through work. We've also got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Cancer energy here. What don't you see coming in love? So for some of you, this might be a person who's traveling for work, or you could meet them because you're traveling for work. There might even be travel or relocation here. Like if you move to like a whole new place, like if you've been planning like a job change, career change, a move of some kind, you could meet this new person when you move to your new place, okay? When you move to that new destination. And for others of you, it could be a person who's maybe they're traveling for work or relocating for work, and you guys end up meeting and connecting with each other. But it looks like there's some type of opportunity here for a new start, a new beginning. For some of you, I do feel like this may be a very significant connection that actually has the potential of developing into something very serious. Okay, I feel like the connection between you and this person is going to be very intense, very passionate, regardless if you're already in a relationship or you're single. There's intensity here. Let's see what else. Six of Pentacles, that's good. The World. Yep, look at that. Yeah, so some of you could be ending a current partnership or a marriage. Again, if you're not happy in it, you don't feel like your needs are being met, this connection, new connection coming in could certainly be a catalyst for you to have the willpower to remove yourself from that situation and open yourself up to this new soulmate. Okay? For those of you that are single no more. Single no more. You have an opportunity here to really build with this person. Now, this will be a person, again, who is going to really show you that they are wanting to put forth the effort. They will be a very, I feel like you will connect with this person intellectually. This person might be someone who is very serious about success and business and their passions. They might really like to travel. They could be a person who's very deep thinker, very well spoken, very intelligent. Definitely a very hard worker. Whatever it is that they commit themselves to, they are all in. Okay. They could also be a person who is very financially secure, maybe wealthy. They could be a person who does have their own business or multiple businesses. They're very business minded, goal oriented type of person, very driven, very passionate, very motivated. They're also very kind and very generous. They like to help people. They have a very giving heart. And I feel that this will be a person that you connect with on a very deep emotional level. For some of you, I do feel like this person might be someone they could be a little bit shy or reserved. Or they could be someone who likes to spend time alone. They're like a very deep thinker. So they might be somebody who is very reflective and deep thinking about things. And I also kind of feel like that says a lot about the amount of depth that they're able to connect with you, because you can only meet someone as far as you've met yourself. And so I feel like this person is someone who's very deep. And so then allowing themselves to connect with you on that deeper level. Some of you, this might also be a very spiritual connection or even a spiritual person. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting here. Anything else? I think I'm going to pull some more oracle cards here. Tell us more, Spirit. Tell us more. Some of you, this is going to be something that happens within the next year. Okay? Some of you, I'm seeing 2026, but others of you, I feel like this could be a little faster within the next couple months. Some of you, this is life partner, okay? Your soulmate, your forever person. Some of you, I'm seeing 2026, 2027. Okay? What don't you see coming in love? Group cycles. We have shame, guilty conscience and remorse, non-committal and independent. Cycles. And wedding rings. Okay, so I feel like this message here, no, of course, only take what fits. Don't force anything that comes through to fit. I'm seeing detaching here, and I'm sorry with an apology. Okay. Now, of course, this separation that I'm seeing here, and it looks like somebody leaving a long-term relationship. Now, that could either be your choice that you make to leave, but it might also be if you're in a relationship or in a marriage right now where the other person isn't happy and they're showing you signs of detachment and wanting to more so be kind of isolated and off by themselves. They might be someone who chooses to end. And this, of course, doesn't have to be something. This message is for those of you that resonate with that this is confirming what you already feel, meaning you're already having troubles. You're already having problems in your marriage. You're already feeling like you're at that point where maybe you're thinking to yourself, is this the end? Okay. This is more so that confirmation for you. If you're happy in your relationship, then this is not your message. Okay. So don't worry about that. But this is more so for those of you that are already in a commitment and you're just like, this person is not, really committing maybe in the way that they used to be. If it's a marriage and they're just changing, they're detaching, or you find yourself detaching and wanting to spend more time alone and feeling like you and that person are just not on the same page anymore, then it could be where, you make the decision to start going your way and the other person goes their way. And I feel like for those of you that are doing that, once you do that, you do have this other connection coming in. Okay. And for those of you that are single, not dealing with anybody, then I feel like this is you kind of putting forth the action towards putting yourself out there, meeting and connecting with new people. And of course, this could be something that you do meet this person organically, like I said, through work, through travel, through the relocation of some kind. And I'm also seeing another group here where if you're dealing for singles, if you're dealing with a person right now who you've been trying to, I want to say, actually, before I say that, I want to look at this shame here first. What is this guilty conscious about? Four of Pentacles. The Sun. Yeah, those of you that are single where you've been dealing with a person who has not been making much progress with moving your connection forward. Again, this could either be you who decides or they who decides to bring this situation to an end. And again, once you do, and you let go of that with a person who's not really committing, you have a new person coming in. Okay, a new person coming in. So, some of you, I feel like I'm getting an energy here for those of you that are married or in a long-term relationship. Maybe where both of you have been just feeling a little disconnected in the relationship, but no one is coming forward to say anything. No one's ending it. There might be a little bit of a guilty conscience that either you or the other person has about holding on, even though there's detachment here and the desire for being free and independent. So someone might decide to kind of take that final push to decide it's better for us to let this go and to kind of go our separate ways. And again, once you do, there's this new energy, this new fated connection that's coming in with someone who is going to be fully present and really wanting to put forth the effort, the time, the energy that you are truly looking for, if that's something that you desire here. Okay, we've also got Leo and Aquarius energy here as well. Okay, so I'm going to close this reading out and get some additional advice, guidance. Anything else for group number 1 about what they don't see coming in love? Anything else? We have compassion, believe, intuition, we have energy, and wow, synchronicity. Yeah, I'm feeling a beautiful energy from this new soulmate that's kind of coming in here, where it kind of makes me feel that some of you are kind of calling in a soulmate that is a lot more, going to be a lot more emotionally connected with. You're going to be able to kind of tell from this person's energy that they're kind of meeting you on your level. Some of you may already be feeling this energy of something coming in, like it's approaching. You're feeling the call or feeling some kind of something that's going to be happening, something shifting or changing within you as well. Some of you might start to see a lot of, signs and synchronicities. This is Spirit saying trust and flow here, okay, with the timing. Especially for those of you, like you know, I said where you're married or in a long-term relationship and you're not happy, trust these changes that are happening, okay? Trust in the change, because it might be, for those of you that are detaching from someone else, and it might be, you know, hard to kind of let go. For some of you, a fear of even being alone, you know. But I feel like Spirit's saying that you're needing to kind of trust and believe in the way that the universe is kind of guiding you right now. And that could be helping you to align you with this new person. So even if out of nowhere, like let's just say a week from now, you suddenly have this feeling of like, I need to move. I want to move. Go with it. Okay? If it's truly a call that you feel from your intuition that's saying, look in that new place for a job, move to that new city, take that job, take that offer, because all this is trying to help you to align with this other person. And it could be the same thing for them, where all of a sudden fate is trying to bring two people together, and so the universe is going to work in these ways of aligning it, right? Getting it just right for you and this person to align with each other. So trust in the timing. Okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you, group 1. Good news for you. And for those of you that are might, you know, potentially be going through this separation process, I know it's painful. There can be a lot of grief involved, a lot of stuff kind of going through your mind, you know, and it's, you know, take it one step at a time. Okay, because I know it can be a little challenging having the strength to walk away from someone, even if you might love them and you just kind of feel like it's not working, as my needs are not being met. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna leave this here for you. I do wish you guys all the best, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, group 2. So those of you that resonated with the Selenite and the dramatic card, it says affected, emotional, and unstable. Now, when I do this question for you guys today about what you don't see coming in love, I am going to go between those of you that are single and those of you that are in relationships already or are already married. So we do have dramatic here, affected, emotional, and unstable. Now, for those of you where you are single, this could certainly be something that is coming up within you energetically that is kind of putting you in your feelings, okay? Those of you that are single and maybe dealing with somebody but not in a committed relationship, this could be something that's either happening on your end or even something that the other person does that might make you feel very emotional, or it might even be some type of emotion they're going through. We'll see when we get into the tarot. For those of you that are in committed relationships already or already married, there could be something coming up here. We'll see what it is. But it could be something that might bring maybe a little bit of some chaos to your connection, some challenges. We'll just see where this is going. What is going on? And I feel like collectively, there's been a lot going on astrologically, and so it's been affecting everyone. Everyone, especially with me doing client readings too for people, it's been happening a lot. Okay, let's see. Okay, so group 2, what don't you see coming in love? Wow, 10 of Swords. Okay, some of you could be dealing with a breakup. A breakup, 10 of Swords, divorce, breakup. Six of Pentacles, what don't you see coming? Four of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Ace of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Wands in reverse. someone's angry here. Upset. Again, this could be you or a person you're dealing with here. The Devil, the Knight of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Okay. We have Death and the Hierophant. So, again, those of you that are married or in a relationship, and I want to preface this by saying, I mean, we are asking here what you don't see coming, but I am truly someone who believes that intuitively you feel something, you know something. Even though you might not see it, you might feel it energetically coming on, like some kind of shift of energy here. So for those of you that are in marriages or in long-term relationships where things have become stagnant, you might have a partner who has grown complacent, no longer wanting to put in the energy, or you're just feeling like you don't want to, and you may have been holding on to the person for fear of making that change. There could be something that your partner does, okay, that really upsets you to the point where you have some type of light bulb moment where you basically say, enough is enough. I'm done. And having the strength to walk away, to move on from this, to bring this marriage to an end, this relationship to an end, and to choose yourself. To choose yourself. So it could be something that someone says or does. You know, it could be some kind of manipulation, like if they're trying to manipulate you, they're trying to control you, and then all of a sudden you take the rosy-colored glasses off and you see the person for who they are. You see the games, you see the lies, you see the tricks, and you're just like, that's it, I'm done. So some of you could be coming up with that, and again, with being affected, emotional, unstable, you know, the Ten of Swords can also be betrayal, okay? There could be some type of third party involvement. So if you've already been kind of maybe feeling that your partner, and again, like I said, this shouldn't be the first time, this shouldn't be news to you, basically. Because even though you can't see it coming, you should be able to feel something intuitively, especially if you're married to someone or in a relationship with somebody and you kind of feel something's up, something's off, something's wrong. If you've been sensing that there's been some type of third party here, or a person who's been cheating, who's been lying, you might have some type of truth that is revealed to you, some type of truth that is exposed, some truth coming to light. And you've had enough. It's kind of like that last bit of evidence or clarity that you needed to get out of there. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing here. Some of you, this could be a relationship that's ending in, for some of you, a betrayal, okay, with a third party, especially if you've been suspecting that your person has been lying to you. They've been hiding something. They've been manipulative. They've been acting like they're single behind your back. And they haven't been putting forth the energy in your relationship. You might be really seeing this person for the toxic person they are, and how they've manipulated you, how they tried to manipulate your emotions, how they haven't been reciprocating your energy, and maybe how you've been kind of holding on for fear of letting them go. But when this clarity comes, there's no unseeing it. Okay? There's no unseeing it. Whether it's their behavior. Now, that third party doesn't necessarily have to be another person, because the Three of Cups can also be about going out, partying, having fun. The Devil can talk about us even a person that has addictions, okay? Or a person who is kind of overindulging in some way or has some kind of unhealthy or toxic patterns of behaviors, where maybe if there's somebody who makes, you know, I don't know, maybe partying too much, not taking the marriage seriously, not taking the relationship seriously, and you get irritated and you get fed up and you decide that's it. I've got to choose myself and I'm going to open myself up to people who actually appreciate my time and value me. So you could be dealing with some very challenging emotions. I would say that if you are someone who does have a temper, okay, to kind of, I'm not saying don't get mad, but I'm saying just kind of be aware that, of where your energy's at. And I don't know. Because of course, if you're kind of like in the heat of the moment, sometimes that anger could be hard to get under control, and we could say a lot of mean things and stuff like that. But for some of you, that you could expect that there might be some very difficult emotions that you might have to deal with, or it could even be another person. If you're the person, okay, if you're the person who's, let's just say, married or in a long-term relationship, and you've been doing the cheating or the lying or the manipulating or hiding things and have had some extramarital stuff going on, then it could be that the truth is brought to light by your partner. Your partner finds something out and you're caught. And they get upset, and they're the ones that decide to end the relationship. Okay? Now, for those of you where you are single and there is no one that you're dealing with, okay? I'm going to start with you first. What you don't see coming in love for you. Let me take a quick second here. Okay, for those of you that are single with no one, I feel what you're going through here is there's going to be a little bit of this purification process for you. There's going to be this, it kind of looks like an old relationship situation that you've had, whether or not you were with that person in a committed partnership or it was just somebody that was kind of a fling or in and out of your life. There's going to be this purge here of this person's energy to help you to release the pain. So the affected, emotional, and stable, it could be that there's a lot of stuff that's kind of coming to the surface for you to be able to heal and release. And I feel once you do, it's going to help you to release the attachment that you have to that memory, to that person, any underlying anger that you might have, resentment towards that person for hurting you, where you are letting it go. And you're going to have some type of clarity that's going to help to propel you forward and to put you into a position where you are opening yourself up to receive something better. Now, this might be like if you've been, single for a while because you've been afraid of putting yourself out there because you've been hurt, that you're going to finally feel that drive or that passion to say, you know what? Let me go out tonight. Let me go out with my friends. Let's get out there. Let me open myself up to receive. So there could be a lot of changes surrounding your beliefs that are happening. And, the emotions that are coming up for you, again, this could be just kind of, feeling okay one day. And sometimes that's how, the universe really works towards helping us to process stuff, is we might just kind of one day have all these memories that are kind of flooding and coming up for us. We might start having dreams of things that we need to release and process. There might be, some anger, a resentment that's kind of uncovered over a past situation that's coming up for you to purge and clear, because there could still be some attachments that you might have to people or situations from your past. Okay, so I'm feeling the change of beliefs here, transformation, and really working on nurturing yourself, but it's also opening yourself up in a state to receive. And this could be, getting back out there, having fun, socializing, having a good time, connecting and meeting with new people and feeling better, because the Nine of Pentacles is here, which is about being independent and feeling secure within yourself again, because you're working and processing through these difficult emotions, okay? And finally having some kind of breakthrough, especially if you've been, suffering for a little bit with dealing with a lot of pain. I feel like you're going to be able to move through that, and it's going to be a transformation for you in a good way, okay? Now, for those of you that are single, but you have someone that you're currently dealing with, and we're asking, what don't you see coming in love? I am getting a third party situation here, and this is where the third party is an actual person, okay? So if you are single and you are dealing with a person who's married or who is in a long-term relationship, I feel what's happening here is that you are going to walk away. Okay? You may have been holding on to this person for a while in hopes that they would end their other connection, their other relationship, or end their marriage. But I feel that this person's behavior of stringing you along and not taking any serious action, where it kind of feels like you're not really getting anywhere, I feel that you're going to have some kind of revelation about this situation, and you are going to make the decision to move on and to end your part in this whole third party situation, okay? So it could be that there's something that this person says, something that they do, that just kind of rubs you the wrong way and irritates you, because you're ready for something deeper. You're wanting to really nurture a serious, solid, stable connection with this person, and they have been manipulating you. They've been lying to you. They could have been stringing you along. They could have been more about the physical connection than actually building a relationship with you. And that might be something where you kind of finally see them for who they are and what they've been doing here, where you get really upset. Okay? And you could feel very emotional. And it could be a very painful or dramatic ending where you just communicate with them and get upset and just go off on them and tell them, I'm done. I'm out of here. You're not doing anything. I'm through with this. Don't call me. Don't text me. You block them on everything and you're done. Now, it's not to say, because your strength to do that, no matter how long it's taken you, be proud of yourself, okay? Be proud of yourself. But at the same time, I feel like you being able to kind of speak your truth and stand up for yourself is such a powerful thing for you to see how, a person may have had control over you and how they've lied to you and how they may, not be giving you what you're truly deserving of. So I feel like you're actually going to be letting go. You may kind of have an epiphany that you've been putting forth so much of your energy towards this person, and they're just not reciprocating it. They're closed off. They're not doing anything. They could be treating it as more of a casual situation, and you're just kind of really working towards detaching yourself from this situation, is kind of what I'm seeing here. So definitely a third party situation that's coming up here. What else am I seeing? Now, I'm seeing another message here, but I don't feel that this is all of you. I feel like it's kind of a rarity here. Those of you that have been waiting for someone to get a divorce or to get out of a committed partnership, you could hear some type of news from this person that lets you know that they finally did it. They finally got their divorce, or they finally got their separation. But I'm seeing an issue here. And I feel like this is where this could also make you upset, because you could be in a situation where you've been waiting for this person to finally make that change, but you're noticing that they're not taking action towards you. And that's, in some way it's understandable, because after you go through a divorce, after you go through a breakup, you need that time by yourself. You can't just kind of go, some people do, but going from one connection right into the next one, right? But sometimes people can lead you on and say, oh, you know, I'm going to get a divorce, I'm going to break up with this person, then as soon as I do, then we're going to be together. And they're kind of painting that picture and planting those seeds in your mind. But you might notice that after they do so, and after they're single, and after they end their marriage or end their relationship, they're not showing you that they're taking steps towards actually building a relationship with you, which in this case is stringing you along, right? It's keeping it as more about the intimacy here and not really showing you that they're really committing themselves to moving your connection forward. So that can certainly be something that also makes you upset and very emotional, very hurt by their behavior, because they could have been making you believe that they were going to, you know, pick up as soon as they took care of that business, and that they were going to make you the priority, pursue you, and you guys were going to go after that dream or that vision together here. Okay. So let's see if let's get some other oracle messages here, but that's what I'm seeing here coming through. Yeah, for some of you, I'm seeing like a very toxic, manipulative person here. And it could even be something about this person's actions to just kind of like rub you the wrong way. What don't you see coming in love? Yeah, we got single, not in a relationship. We have love, illusions, clouded judgment, and things being obscure. The devil is illusions. What don't you see coming in love? Relationship and connecting. We have differences here. And shifting, a change of perspective, attitude, and outlook. What the difference is here, it says clashing, conflicts, and incompatibility. So again, some of you may, I'm also getting a situation here where somebody could be whether it's you or the other person, somebody could have been telling themselves that they were happy in their relationship when they're going to have some kind of realization, some kind of change of perspective, and they're going to kind of like take the rosy-colored glasses off. They're going to see that maybe what they thought they had with somebody isn't that. And that could be making a decision to just rather be single, or if you are already married or in a relationship, where that could propel you forward into deciding that you want to end something here. Some of you might be feeling like this is love when it really isn't. That could be a situation here. You know, a person that tells you they love you, but their behavior is the complete opposite. And their behaviors, you know, just kind of throw you for a loop and make you upset. They might be a person who acts very detached. They might say, oh, I'm going to change, I'm going to do better, I'm going to be better, and they're not actually doing it. So there could very well be some type of conflict that you have with another person, some type of fight or argument. And maybe that is something that makes you question if you're already in a relationship. Like, do I want to be single? Do I want to deal with this? You know, so that could be a huge change of perspective for you, maybe even the other person that you're dealing with. Because again, this could be your behaviors that you have that makes your partner upset if you are in a marriage or a relationship, and they decide like, no, you upset me, you made me mad, you hurt my feelings, I'm out of here. You know, sometimes just love is just not enough. You know, it takes a lot more than that to be able to hold a relationship together. I'm kind of curious. I want to look at what this illusion is here. The clouded judgment, things being obscure, unclear, the Lovers. The Lovers is surrounding making a choice or a decision. Now, it could be your choice or decision, or even what the other person is going to do or choose. What is the illusion here? Some of you may have had an illusion of, you know, this is a balanced relationship when it really isn't. The Four of Cups is here. It's about boredom, indifference, rejection. A person who's emotionally unavailable, a person who's rejecting you or pushing you away, doesn't want to invest themselves emotionally anymore, and that pisses you off. Or the other way around. I'm seeing the Page of Swords here at the bottom. So, you know, for those of you in that case where you're putting so much of your time and your energy into a person and you're just being met with resistance, they're not opening up, they're not telling you how they feel, they're making you feel like you're the problem. This is a time for you to really observe. Okay. Now, for those of you where you're single, with the illusions here and things being obscure and clouded judgment, I feel like it's a need for you to kind of really observe your thoughts, because the choice for you to put yourself back out there and have fun and date, some of you could be stuck in old illusions, old ways of thinking. You know, you might have a mindset of everybody rejects me. And that may very well be true of having that situation happen to you multiple times. But not everyone is going to be like that. So sometimes just kind of holding on to that belief, you know, that everybody's emotionally unavailable or everyone rejects me, nobody wants me. That kind of thinking, like I said, is this purge here of this clearing of this energy. So again, pay attention, be mindful of where your mindset is at. Because the Four of Cups is when we feel sorry for ourselves. We feel like there's no opportunities out there for us, right? No one's available. No one's there. And again, this is where we need to kind of change that perspective, because it's an illusion. It's the ego telling us that, right? It's not the intuition. So this could be about consciously making more awareness to observe your thoughts. If you're pushing love away, if you are closed off and shutting down and emotionally unavailable, it's that there's a need for you to kind of observe that as well. This differences might be the conflict that you feel within yourself about, should I take the risk and put my heart out there again, or should I just stay single? And of course, that's ultimately up to you. You could start having old memories of stuff come up from your past and thinking like, should I go date? Should I not date? And then remembering that pain and that anger, how you felt when the last person rejected you, the last person broke up with you, or you broke up with them, and all the pain from that, and feeling confused, like, should I actually go out there and try to connect with new people and open myself up to love? So there could be a huge change of perspective here. Now, it could either be a shift in the wrong direction, right? Or we get stuck in that clouded judgment and thinking that there's nothing, love doesn't exist, and get upset and angry and say, no, I'm just going to be single, stay single, F love. Or we come from that space of not believing in love anymore to paying attention to our thoughts and say, okay, why do I still think like this? Why do I still holding on to those feelings from that old relationship, and deciding to change it, right? Where we are more open to connecting with others again. So again, could be huge transformation for some of you. Okay. So let's pull some last cards here. I'm hearing somebody say, you have pissed me off for the last time. That is it. Like that final, just everything that you needed, kind of feels like tower energy with that dramatic there. I've had it. I've had it with you. Enough's enough. What you don't see coming in love. I mean, some of you might feel that way even if you're single over an old connection who's kind of just still within your energy field, and you're just like, go away. I don't want to think about you anymore. Like, why are you still here? Taking up space in my head and my heart. We have gratitude here and purpose. Okay. So some of you, like I said, there could be a lot of healing stuff that's coming up here for you. And we could be choosing to change the perspective, right, about previous situations or even current situations that we could be going through. And instead of all the anger and the intensity, which, yes, honor those feelings if they do come up for you, but we can also have some type of clarity here and say, you know what? Even though this situation was painful, I'm grateful for the experience because it has had some kind of purpose in my life. And sometimes it does take us a little bit of time to get to that place of clarity, because when we're dealing with our emotions, we can't see we can't be grateful, right? When somebody's upsetting you, that's the last thing you are is holding gratitude. But that can change over time, you know? I certainly have my own stories too from my past about one in particular that was really horrible, that cheated on me, that was a grandiose narcissist. And when I first left that person, I could not stand them. I was like, I don't want to see this person's face ever again. I don't care what happens to him. I was just like, so just hurt. But after years of it taking me to get to that place where I look back on it and I'm like, you know what? Even though that situation was so painful, though, that was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life with a relationship. That was just soul crushing. That when I look back on it now, I'm grateful that I had that experience, because it taught me so much, not just about myself, but also about people in general. And that relationship is definitely something that I remember, certain things, certain red flags that are important, because those things are tools for me now to also aid me in the process of also being able to look at the energy that I read for you all when there are things that are wrong, and to help to spot red flags and people that are toxic, so that I can give you that information to help you make your own informed decision and take a look at the person that you're dealing with. So I'm grateful. It was painful, but it's taught me a lot. It has, essentially been a stepping stone to the person that I am today. And it did have purpose in my life because I'm now using it, right? I'm now using it as something that has given me a lot of tools and a lot of knowledge about people, to be able to incorporate that into readings, to be able to read people's energy, because I'm familiarized with human behavior and psychology and how people's mind works and what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. So it helps, right? We can find some kind of purpose that it's had. Maybe it taught us to set better boundaries for ourselves. Maybe it helped us to learn to love ourselves, how to choose ourselves. Okay? There's always a silver lining. Even though in that heat of that moment we might not be seeing it, it will come. That day will come when the clouds will part and the sun will come through, and you'll have that realization. We have inspiration. Yeah, look at that. Gratitude, purpose, inspiration, strategy, and rest. Yeah, some of you healing. I'm seeing awakening here at the bottom. So that could be awakening to your own healing, your own energy, things that you are seeing kind of play out here. Something that inspires you to make change in your love life. Okay? Know that everything happens for a reason. Okay? It's not a coincidence. Everything aligns us perfectly. All right, so that is all that I have for you, Group 2. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Group 3. So those of you that resonated with this intimidated card here, we have unapproachable, frightened, and out of your league with the fuchsia crystal here. So we're asking Spirit today what you don't see coming in love. And this almost kind of makes me feel that this could, if you, we'll see what the tarot says, but for those of you where you are I want to just say, just as a general message, this kind of feels like there's someone who's watching you. Whether you already know them or this is somebody new that you're not involved with and you're single, and it kind of feels like this person is afraid of coming forward, that wants to talk to you, that could feel intimidated by you. They could feel like you're too good for them. It might be a crush. It could be a person that you've already been dealing with in your past and they're afraid to come forward to talk to you, to say something to you. Look at how in this picture, like there's this hands that are kind of like reaching out and this person's like walking down the hallway in front of them. So let's see where this is going. We're asking today what you don't see coming in love. What don't you see coming in love? Group 3, Judgment, Scorpio energy. Some of you, I'm getting that this could be a person from your past who wants to renew things with you and doesn't know how to approach you. 6 of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the Magician. The Knight of Wands. The Lovers. We've got Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Taurus, Virgo. Some of you could be dealing with a person who's really shy, okay? This could be a really shy person. Some of you, it's someone new, okay, that you're not even aware of, that this person likes you or is attracted to you, that wants to talk to you. You might kind of have a feeling, because the 6 of Wands is about being in the spotlight. It's about you being noticed. Like, you're very stand out to this person. This person's noticing you. So let's just say you're at work and you notice like this person's been staring at you. And you're like, I kind of feel like they like me, but they're not saying anything. This could be a person who feels intimidated. They could be shy and they might feel kind of like hopeless. Hopeless and feeling like, it's no use. I can't do it. I can't say anything. I'm too embarrassed. I'm too shy. And for others of you, I feel like this might be somebody who you already know from your past who is trying to... Some of you, this person could be noticing that you've had some type of glow up. Okay, you've had some type of glow up. You're looking good. You're getting their attention. And now they're wanting to come towards you. They might be wanting to renew what you guys had with each other, whether that was a committed partnership or to try to date you again, or to renew your relationship. They could be spending some time alone and feeling regret or even guilt over the way that things ended with you and wanting to pursue you, wanting to take action and really focus their energy on you, but not knowing how to come forward. What don't you see coming in love? Knight of Swords. 4 of Pentacles. 7 of Swords. There's communication here. Some kind of communication coming in. It's a person who really, really wants to talk to you. This person is For some of you, if this isn't like an ex person you were dealing with, like this person has not moved on. They've not let go of you. They might be trying to be like really sneaky and like, I don't know, watch you, or again, noticing you. You got their attention. Some of you, this could have been a person, I don't think it's all of you, but some of you, this person might be someone who gets jealous. Okay? Like if you're a really attractive person, there could be some jealousy issues here. Because the Knight of Swords can be a person who's a little bit defensive, confrontational, or even coming forward a little bit aggressively, like upset. The Four of Pentacles is about possession and control. So maybe a person who's possessive over you, controlling, or who's very attached to you, especially if it's like an ex who just wants to know like what you're doing, who you're talking to. They like you, but they're also intimidated about trying to get your attention back again. So if you were dealing like with an ex where you cut them off, and it even kind of makes me feel like those of you that were dealing with a person who told you that they loved you and that they wanted to be with you and they were attracted to you, but then they never took action. They never made that choice to commit. And you decided, I don't want to, you need to go away. We're ending things. You're acting like a player. For some of you, this person was acting like a, kind of being a little shady here, deceptive, or even avoidant, and kind of disappearing, reappearing in your life. It's kind of like now that this person has been away from you, you're catching their attention and they're realizing what they've lost. And they're feeling a little depressed about it. And now they're trying to come back in and kind of claim you, claim you and come back in, but also being afraid because you might have already told this person, no, sorry, you lost your chance. And so this person doesn't know how to come forward because how are you going to receive them? How's that going to go? So I feel like what you don't see coming here is this person could very well be trying to reach out to you here, or will be reaching out with that Eight of Wands, which is about communication. Some of you, there's going to be a reconciliation. Okay, somebody coming to talk to you about reconciliation, renewal of your relationship. They could be wanting to tell you that they regret what they did. They feel guilty. They feel remorseful. They'll do better. What is the Seven of Swords here? Three of Cups, yeah. Some of you, this could have been a person who was messing with other people. A third party. If you're dealing with a third party person and you cut them off and you were just like, no, if you're with somebody else, you're dealing with somebody else, and I don't want to deal with you. If they were a person who was a manipulator, a liar, you found out that they were dating other people, this kind of looks like this person's trying to bring you back in. Okay, trying to bring you back in. Now, I would certainly be careful with that. That you want to make sure that if they are going to be coming back in, they're not going to be coming in with the same kind of energy. So take what they say with a grain of salt. It's more about what you see from this person's actions, not just their words. Even as much as they tell you, oh yeah, I'm going to try, I want to be better, do better. Because for somebody, this person could be very manipulative. They could be someone who says the right thing to you and you let them back in. Okay. What else is coming through here? Some of you, this could be a friend. A friend here who likes you more than a friend. And they've been hiding their interest in you, their attraction to you. They could even be somebody who's a little bit of an avoidant, doesn't talk about their feelings, or tries not to show much that they're attracted to you. They could be trying to hide it. Got Capricorn energy here. What is this Judgment card about? Fool in reverse. Eight of Cups. Yeah, we've got a person here who's there's some fear here. It's kind of like they're trying to make the decision to work up the strength and the courage to be brave to talk to you. Because of the fear, it's kind of like they're withdrawing. Or they could have been a person who withdrew because of fear previously. Leo energy. What is this? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, some of you got a person who's holding themselves back here. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Three of Wands. Yeah, some of you got a person who's like waiting and waiting. Maybe for the right time. Those of you that had a person who you let go of because they wouldn't stop partying, or they could have a bad group of friends that they hang out with. I'm kind of getting that here as well. If you were dealing with that kind of situation with a person who was just kind of hanging out with a toxic friend group, and being that they were hanging out with these people, that they started being more avoidant, not making you a priority. Again, I'm kind of getting this feeling of if you cut that person off, like them trying to come back in here. Okay, let's see what else here. Those of you that are married or already in a relationship, I feel like you have an admirer here, okay? You have an admirer, and they might know that you are already married or already in a connection. And it kind of feels like they might be waiting for like the right time to approach, not knowing if they should or not. Okay, so let's pull some additional oracle cards here. Okay, so group 3. What don't you see coming in love? We have the Chaser here. Fear of abandonment, chasing, and codependencies. We also have key on a ring here. Many options, unconventional one-night stand, and a string along. Divine timing. Believe in the right timing. Separation, sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, and uncertain about the future. So like I said, some of you might have a person who maybe lost you. You walked away from them. They walked away from you. Potential reconciliation for some of you. You know, you could be dealing with someone who does have a fear of abandonment, meaning that they might be trying to pursue you. There's grief, loss here. There can also be kind of like, because we do have the Seven of Swords, which can be a person who is an avoidant here. An avoidant and the anxiously attached here, which is pretty common. The runner and the chaser, the anxious and the avoidant. So those of you, this could be maybe a dynamic like that. Maybe when you try to chase them, they run, or even the complete opposite. Let's see what else. What don't you see coming? Group 3. Whole heart, unconditional. Innocence and support. And then we have single, not in a relationship, and shifting, change of perspective, attitude, and outlook. Okay. Okay. Those of you that are single here, and I feel so more so that maybe you're not really dealing with anybody right now. You know, this can certainly be letting go of fears and insecurities that you might also have about being vulnerable again, you know? Or if you've been working on trying to heal your, you know, anxious attached type of energy. And let's see, what else am I seeing? I'm getting there's somebody here, and this kind of feels like where this is like this X energy with a person who still has feelings, okay, and is wanting some kind of reconciliation here. Some of you singles, I am feeling like there's a lot of healing that's happening here, and it could be very well making the decision. You know, there could be somebody who also catches your attention. It can be the complete opposite, where you notice somebody and they're very attractive to you and you feel like you want to come towards them. This could be where you maybe need to work on your confidence, you know, with being able to, instead of kind of like isolating yourself and being afraid, you know, if you're too intimidated to kind of go up to somebody, then, you know, perhaps this is you kind of maybe even surprising yourself with kind of, you know, changing things up a little bit and having the courage to kind of ask someone out that you find attractive, where your cross paths with this other person. Okay. Some of you, like I said, I am kind of getting a little bit of a shady energy down here with a person who might be just trying to manipulate you and string you along. So certainly use your discernment with whatever it is that you do have coming towards you or who you're dealing with. You know, actions definitely speak louder than words. You want to make sure that you kind of take your time, keep yourself grounded. You know, don't let people just kind of come in and sweep you off your feet with their kind words and sweet words, because we want to make sure that there's the actions are going to align in that way. Okay. Okay, so let's get some last messages here. There could have been also somebody, for some of you in your past, that treated you like an option, and this person trying to come back in and message you. Again, I would be careful with their energy. What don't you see coming in love, group 3? We have abundance. Wisdom. Romance. Leadership. And memories. Yeah, some of you, I'm still getting this past energy here, who may be trying to kind of take the lead in this situation, who still has these romantic feelings towards you. Others of you where you're single, you know, this could be a big shift for you, moving yourself out of that space of being shy or maybe anxious to go up to somebody, and kind of pushing yourself a little bit outside of your comfort zone. You could have somebody that just you unexpectedly meet, that you're very attracted to, that catches your attention. And this could be, excuse me, where you kind of take that leap of faith of maybe asking somebody out, you know, where you're the person who kind of takes the lead to kind of open yourself up to opportunities by changing your perspective of also understanding that not all connections of people that you meet are going to be like the past, you know, especially if you're someone who's gone through a lot of challenges and difficulties with past connections. I feel like it's also important time for you to, you know, take a pause and think about how far you've come on your journey to love, and to let go of the things that you might be holding on to, right, from past energies, and to kind of start fresh, and do maybe some purging, some clearing of old energies that you could be holding on to from past situations, so that you can really open yourself up to really uncovering what it is that you really desire out of love and relationship and connection, and what's important to you, and helping you to feel a lot better about, getting yourself back out there and embracing new connections. And I'm seeing discernment at the bottom, okay? So like I said, some of you are needing to use some discernment here. There's a little bit of a tricky energy here that one of you might be dealing with. Okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you, Group 3. I do hope this is helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.